Chat. This is it, chat. This is the content that the stream deserves and the content that I want to create on Twitch. Right? Okay. So this will give you insight about the meta and stuff, but also just in general, like I think it's just good. Okay. So we're gonna go through this video real fast. So we're gonna go through the arguments one by one, and we're gonna fuck it up. All right? We're gonna fuck them up.
Recently, Blizzard made some radical changes to their flagship support healer, Mercy. For the uninitiated, Mercy can heal characters, make them stronger, and fly to characters in her line of sight. Before the recent changes, Mercy used to be able to revive any amount of characters that were within a certain area of effect. After the changes, the Resurrect ability was changed from her ultimate, an ability that works on a gauge, to a cooldown ability. So now
these are just like normal, like this is just fucking
5 characters a couple times in a match.
That's fine. This is just
resurrect one character every 30
facts.
seconds.
These are
Her
facts.
new ultimate ability is called Valkyrie, and it lets her fly freely.
That's not versus Zipper. Just wait for it, chat. Just wait for it.
And lasts for 15 seconds. And
Can you guys see?
An ability that can turn the tide of battle
Yeah,
and help a team attain victory on any of Overwatch's main game types, which are all objective-based. A fundamental change to an ultimate ability is not unheard of in Overwatch. Aside from the usual tweaks and balances any online game gets.
Okay, the problem that I have right now is that he's pushing his argument further by saying things that just aren't true, but that's alright, whatever.
Sometimes major shifts happen. Symmetra was an underutilized support.
Put it louder? Like I'll put it louder. Like this. This should be better.
Fuck Mercy, hero IST trash, and they should remove her as X.
Her pre-existing teleporter can get you from
So the argument is that if they change the ult, they don't change the fact that it's objective based, right? That's the argument here.
To add a layer of protection over your entire
just wait, chat, just wait. It's coming, it's coming. Chat, stop with the fucking Resident Sleepers, you bitches. It's coming! It's coming!
Balances are, it's rare that one is so controversial as the recent one for Mercy. Even after her fundamental change, she's received multiple waves of nerfs that weaken her abilities further. Blizzard has gone on record as stating that changes to Mercy come as a result of opinions of top-tier competitive players that have all said that she's not fun to play against or as. The pros saw her res ability as fundamentally broken in a first-person shooter because in their opinion, when you kill a character, they're supposed to stay dead. In other words, they feel like Mercy gives enemy teams an unfair advantage.
Right, so if you could...
Okay. The argument here is that it gives the enemy team an unfair advantage, which is simply not true because in competitive, both teams can have a Mercy on their team, correct? And the main argument isn't only that res is broken, is that it's the medium, how res is used. That's what's really like broken, and it's the whole kit that was entirely broken. The whole thing is fucked up.
Secretly go back in time, sneak into Blizzard HQ, and remove one character from Overwatch because they annoy you. Who would it be, and why? Mercy?
Yeah, I think it would have to be Mercy.
Mercy. Probably Mercy.
I think Mercy.
Mercy. Mercy, actually.
I would remove Mercy.
So if I could go back in time and secretly remove a hero, it would definitely be Mercy, because I think Resurrection as an ability in a first-person shooter game like Overwatch, it's not fun to spectate, it's not fun to play with, it's not fun to play against, especially.
You can't really punish people, because like when you kill people, you're supposed to punish the enemy team for it. But like if you can res your team, it's like, oh, I have to try to re-kill you and like make you do the same mistake over again.
This is the notion that I'm going to attempt to disprove in today's video. Overwatch.
Guys, the spice will get really fucking high from this point, right? The spice will get high. If you can't handle it, leave now.
Overwatch is an objective-based game. It requires tight coordination with your team, switching heroes when necessary, and guarding your point or payload. This isn't a game where the most kills wins, not in competitive play anyway. As such, you have to adapt and communicate to win. Of course, kills play into this, as the less enemies on an objective, the easier it is to capture a move. But these complaints act like there are numerous counters to all versions of Mercy, past and present. The easiest one that you can point to is Sombra. Sombra's main purpose is to sneak around the map, disable the enemy's health packs, and...
We're talking about counters to Mercy at this point, right? We're talking about counters to Mercy, right?
disable abilities of the enemy heroes so she and her team can capture the objective. However many complaints there are to Mercy, it's rare that in a high-level competitive game you see somebody experience a problem with Mercy, switch to Sombra, and neutralize the enemy team's health packs, and then Mercy. Sombra is not even the only character with the ability to flank either. Any high-speed player can, and most likely should, find a path around the action to a Mercy, and
just find a path around the action and hack the Mercy. LOL! Dude, just hack the Mercy, dog! Just hack her, dude! It's that easy!
Making any other kills. Mercy doesn't have high health, and her mobility is...
Okay, the problem that I have with this argument is that if you're gonna use the fact that Sombra can hack, you're forgetting one thing though. I'm gonna show you. This is rare footage of Mercy when using her ult. This is her POV. This is a live stream of a Mercy main. He's on the fucking skybox, dog. He's on the skybox, you fucking idiot. You can't hack him. He's on the skybox, dog. Alright? This is actual Mercy POV. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Next argument.
Is tied to other characters, so she's easy to predict. The best way to counter Mercy? You click on her head.
Ow, my... my blood boils in my head! I have to send this again.
To other characters, so she's easy to predict. The best way to counter Mercy? You click on her head.
Listen, my dude. I want to make sure we go with the slow speed on this one, because I think this is this requires a higher IQ to really understand this argument.
Easy to predict. The best way to counter Mercy? You click on her head.
Just click on her head. No, forehead, dude. Just click on the head, dude. Just get on the head. Dude, wait, hold up. I'm not, dude. Dude. This is it. This is a fucking fast. I wasn't into this yesterday. Look at this. A rare footage of Mercy main using her shift ability in combat. Just click on it, just click on it, forehead. Just click on her head, dude. Just click on it. It's that simple. I love it.
You click on her head.
Pro
players take a lot of pride in their destructive abilities and sharpshooting, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Pro players, that's like a generalizing. He's generalizing the whole thing. Pro players take a lot of pride in their destructive abilities.
But their complaints
and sharpshooting,
and there's nothing.
Okay. Is this sharpshooting? Look, you guys, look at this shit. No, I can't aim for shit. I legitimately, I cannot aim at all whatsoever. Where am I going with this?
Annoy you.
I'm a pro player, not because I have sharpshooting destructive abilities, because I've got to this point because of game sense, how we see the game, how we perceive the game, and how we don't just fucking click buttons and click on heads, dude.
With that, but their complaints.
We don't just click on heads. We understand why things work and we use them in a certain way. That's the whole point.
Complaints that Mercy negates their actions wouldn't.
The complaints that Mercy negates her actions
exist if they flexed, flanked, and took Mercy out.
It wouldn't exist if we just flanked and killed the Mercy. Oh, dude! If we just killed the Mercy, dude, seriously, just kill her.
For this reason. However, despite her utility, Sombra is not in the meta. She's a very special kind of pick, but can be utilized very well if people pick her up more often and get her in the meta. This brings me to my next major reason why these changes negatively affect the game. They set precedent for the meta to dictate active development instead of the inverse. For those that don't play competitive games, meta is a term that essentially means how the dominant strategies and counter strategies have settled. Typically, the flow of meta is that a game is released, and then players find the best strategies. At that point, the developer of the game may step in and tweak some features in order to balance out the game, and the cycle repeats itself. The problem with this most recent change to Mercy lies in that instead of the competitive community finding the most efficient way to counter Mercy, of which there are many, they pressured Blizzard to overbalance her to the point of near uselessness.
So basically, it's kind of hard to find to really counter-argue with this, because he sort of counter-argued with himself at that point. He literally changed the entire... I'm gonna go over it again.
They pressured Blizzard to overbalance her to the point of near uselessness. Developers balance and patch online games all the time. Sometimes it's to fix large unfair problems, but this is an example of a developer responding to meta instead of the meta responding to the developer. And that can cause a ripple effect that changes the game in immeasurable ways. Competitive pressured Blizzard to overbalance her to the most recent change to Mercy lies in that instead of the competitive community finding the most efficient way to counter Mercy, of which there are many, they pressured...
So the problem isn't that we haven't found ways to counter it. It's that she, in most scenarios, in almost every scenario, she's picked it to a 100%. Literally, she is picked at a 100%. That should be a red flag. But this guy doesn't do homework. See, I mean, maybe he did, but he didn't maybe look at the stats. Okay, let's be real honest. if a character is picked at 100%, maybe she's overtuned a little bit. And on top of that, her ult makes it so she can do everything, literally. She can stay alive, heal, double res. You can do anything at all.
To overbalance
you
her
can't.
to the point of near uselessness. Developers balance and patch online games.
If there's one on both teams and you both know you're gonna have it, and you both know it's broken, then what? Of course it needs a nerf.
Sometimes it's to fix large unfair problems, but this is an example of a developer responding to meta instead of the meta responding to the developer. And that can cause a ripple effect that changes the game in immeasurable ways. Competitive Overwatch is about objective control.
I'm just gonna let it run a little bit.
Mercy facilitates that.
So
if you make
we have
her a
more
useless
arguments to
hero,
counter.
you can start to see a shift in the meta that makes players focus on objectives far less. Blizzard knows how to balance online games. They've done it for years. So I'm not saying that Jeff Kaplan is an idiot and should be fired. I mean, here's a video of Jeff talking about this exact same thing.
Adding somebody like Sombra to the mix really changes the potential for great gameplay. She might not always be the best pick. She's not the best pick on every map, but she is a really great pick against certain heroes and in certain situations.
I spoke to Vale, a professional Overwatch streamer and the best
Your argument wasn't backed up by what he said. He said certain. Wait, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit.
I spoke to Vale.
Gameplay, she might not always be the best pick, and she's not the best.
She might not always be the best pick
on every map, but
on every map.
She's a really great pick.
But she's a great pick
certain heroes.
Against certain heroes. How the fuck does that back your argument for a character that is picked 100% of fucking games online, in rank, in quick play, and in fucking pro games? What the fuck? Dude, you have to be fucking disconnected. Dude, you have to be actually busted to put this argument. It makes no sense at all.
A professional Overwatch streamer, and
he literally proves himself wrong with that clip, but he uses it in a way that it supports it. What's face?
Best Mercy in the world in season 5 of
Oh
Overwatch.
my fucking god! Oh my god! A professional streamer. What the fuck? No. You can be a professional streamer, a professional, or a streamer. Vale is a streamer. What face?
Is competitive mode, and to date, who's
best Mercy in the world? No. I respect Vale. He's a good guy. He's one of the only person in the world to really I mean amongst all the other pro players or the pro players, nobody plays Mercy 12 hours a day. Nobody does that. It is a pain. It hurts inside. Nobody does that shit. If they did, they'll be higher. They would fuck him up in rating, but they don't. Because they want to spend all their time on the fucking Mercy character, which is very low skill cap. It's a waste of everyone's time. They know it's going to get nerfed. Why spend so much time on a character you know is going to get nerfed? And on top of that, not pretty sure
accounts are all in the top 100 or even in the top 50 of ranked players nationwide. He shared with me some of his frustrations when playing.
This is a very, very like first degree pleb approach where you use rating to boost
his opinion was
all your
that
arguments.
Mercy's new ultimate isn't so much of an objectively bad change, so much as it's incompatible with her other tweaks. The point of Valkyrie is to swoop in and patch up your team at greater strength and speed than you could normally. This is done via flying freely. However, at her current state, when resurrecting a character, Mercy has to remain still, putting her in a vulnerable position when she's supposed to be the least vulnerable. Vale went on to talk about his perspective as somebody whose livelihood can depend on Mercy being stable.
Okay, so the next argument that he's gonna propose is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my entire life. It counters all the other arguments that he has, but let's just go ahead and I just want to roll over this before.
Putting her in a vulnerable position when she's
putting her in a vulnerable position. Well, of fucking course. Resurrection was one of the best abilities in the fucking game. Resurrection is one of the best abilities in the game. He talked about objective all game. He talked about the objective all video long, right? Objectivity or some shit, right? How about your teammates die in the right spot to be rezzed in the first place? So maybe Mercy will have less of a likelihood to get picked off when rezzing is standing still. Oh no, dude, that's not objective. They need to down the point, and you have to. Let's go res 1v6 rezzing, dude. I got killed. Oh my god, I got killed because Mercy sucks. No, dude. Oh, dude, I got killed because of the tweaks.
Supposed to be the least vulnerable.
Well, no.
Vale went on to talk
if you were to propose this argument, then fucking this makes no sense at all.
His perspective as somebody whose livelihood can depend on.
Okay. This is one of the last parts of the video that I want to show you guys. This is where I lose my shit. This is where I actually lose my shit.
As somebody whose livelihood can
Somebody's livelihood
depend on Mercy being stable.
Depends on Mercy being stable. She is actively going to try to use revenue, stability, and actual sustainability of someone to further push balance arguments. What the fuck?
You know, as a streamer, for example, and content creator for Mercy, it can be really annoying. For example, I've been wanting to make a Mercy guide for a long time now, but I can't make those guides. Yeah. And my livelihood is making a fucking tank plays. And when it's shield break meta, I can't play Ryan. If I was running one trick, I would be like, damn, dude, what the fuck, dude? I gotta learn other things. This game has fucking 26 heroes. Maybe I'll pick another one. Oh, but no, fuck that shit. I'm gonna run one trick, and the game is fucking my livelihood as a Ryan main. Fuck the game, it's flawed! Don't nerf my character! Don't meta around my character! No! My livelihood, dude, what the fuck? My livelihood! Change the game for my livelihood! Not me! Dude, you're fucking billion-dollar company? What a joke! You make games, dude? No, you make games for me! For my stream! My content, dog! No, that is not an argument. No. Because every single
what the fuck am I listening to?
There's another Mercy change, and so when I go, okay, it's been a couple of weeks, I think Mercy might be okay, and the PTR updates and they say, hey, in a couple of weeks we're gonna update her again. And they just have done that several times in a row now with very, very big changes, so you have to keep.
If the game is broken, you need to fix it. I don't think when they're in their offices, they say, okay, Mercy is broken. Mercy is destroying the meta in ranked. Mercy is destroying the meta, the competitive environment. Mercy is destroying the pros playing, they can enjoy it. And nobody can enjoy watching it. All these, oh, dude, these are good arguments, dude. But wait. Vel won't be able to create some content on his stream and on his YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I might have to rethink the whole thing, guys. Listen, dude, we need content creators to be able to create content over here. Yeah, fuck it. Nah, fuck it. Fuck all the arguments. We're gonna go with the other thing.
Adjusting your playstyle, keep relearning the hero. It's stopping content creators from being able to get value out of teaching others about it as well. So it's making the hero, in general, much more of a pain.
This is a sentiment echoed in many mid and lower tier players. These changes to Mercy are making her a tough choice because there may be tweaks and changes that you may not be aware of or used to, and it could lead to your team losing. The
That's the main point of a competitive game. You make choices and tough choices in the middle of the game, and you have to choose heroes that are best fit for the situation. And if a character is fit for 100% of the situations, maybe that character is a little too strong.
Mentioned complaint that Mercy's abilities don't belong in a first-person shooter are another thing I'd like to address. She isn't the only hero to have abilities whose effects are both non-skill based and also aren't typically seen in other shooters. Heroes McCree and Soldier 76 both have abilities that let you auto-aim and do heavy damage to an enemy team. However, there's no cry to remove these abilities or characters from the game because they involve...
Okay, this is one of the last arguments I'm gonna go over. McCree, yes, it's called a skillless, some sort of a let's say skillless ability. That's how he's putting it. A auto aim ability.
McCree and Soldier 76.
I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tip here, okay? If these were enemies in this game, the bots right here, if these were enemies, if that was a Roadhog on the left, he would kill them, correct? He would hook him, he would bang! And he would kill the McCree, correct? That's why this McCree needs what we call positioning, and needs awareness, and good timing, and coordination to make that all pop off. And same with Soldier. Can Soldier go up main on the Bunny third and pop Visor 1v6 against D.Va live and shit? And can he just and kill everyone? No, he can't, because he needs either things you have to eliminate. Do they have D.Va ult or D.Va mech? Do they have Matrix right now? They have a lot of Matrix. Do they have Trance? Is my positioning good? Am I flanking? Am I going to get value out of this? No, you have to think of all these things that these characters have to think about. But for Mercy, it's more like, hey guys, I'm gonna click the button, get the fuck in and die, let's go! And it's just like, you can click Q as Mercy, you can fly up to the skybox and go, yow, 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 and you can do this whole thing without no punishment ever. You cannot get punished. It is impossible. No way. It is impossible to get punished as a skyboxing Mercy. The only thing in the game that can fuck you up is McCree ult. And even then, you can dodge it to easy mode. And who the fuck plays McCree in Dev Comp anyway?
Heavy damage to an enemy team. However, there's no cry to remove these.
The Mercy requires no positioning, no awareness. It requires no mechanical skill. It requires no game sense whatsoever. It's click a button and get the fuck in. Then that's the problem with it. It is best used in every situation, every case, every fight. It can be used anywhere, anytime. That's the whole point.
Abilities or characters from the game because they involve shooting and also leave the user feeling satisfied when they get kills. This is a major problem that keeps popping up with many people who play Overwatch. There's a preoccupation with getting the most kills and not staying on the objective and protecting it. Imagine playing Missile Command and not worrying about your bases.
Someone just has said not true. Well, the thing is, when you're down by 2, normally you back up. But with Mercy, you can double res and instantly you get the fucking and chain heal. Yeah, I know disappear. Yeah, you just gotta click the head, dude. I forgot about that. You just gotta click the head. I forgot, chat. Just click the head, dude. Okay, let's go through the rest of the day.
Popping up with many people who play Overwatch. There's a preoccupation with getting the most kills and not staying on the objective and protecting it. Imagine playing Missile Command and not worrying about your bases. These pro players are—
Yeah! There's a reason it's not a competitive game! It's a fucking 8-bit game for fucking game pocket or some shit! It's not a competitive game! This is a— Oh my god!
Worrying about your bases. These pro players are clearly talented. They wouldn't be where they are without that skill. But it's clear that worrying about kills over teamwork is clouding their judgment.
These players aren't— This player right here, this beautiful Asian model here, this person I would love to hang out with, right? This guy right here, this guy is not there because he can click buttons and click heads. That's not why he's there. He can click heads at the right time from the right place. That's why he's there. But no, dude, he's only here because of his destructive abilities, dude.
Teamwork is clouding their judgment. Nearly every hero has a counter for Mercy, and if these players prioritize neutralizing her, they wouldn't have to worry about their kills being undone in the first place. Simply said, if an ult can execute a full team kill, there's no reason an ult shouldn't be able to execute a full team res.
In a game where there's plenty of ults that just instantly wipe out multiple people, that having an ability that brings them back isn't a big deal.
So what should be done? I don't know. I'm not a developer. I do know that there have been plenty of great suggestions, though. One is to make resurrection charges earned similarly to how scrap is earned by Torbjorn. Healing or buffing could tick up a counter that culminates with an earned res charge. Exploitable and predictable in its own way, but the precedent is there. Vale also suggested that res could go—
There's no such thing as clicking a button and getting a 6K in Overwatch. And when you talk about like when people play the game properly, in level 2 games in quick play, yeah, you can come out as McCree and go with your ult and then get a 6K. It happens. In ranked, it doesn't. If you get a 1K with a McCree ult, you did a pretty good ult. It was pretty good, right? And you have to position, time it, like I said last time. But with Mercy, the problem that I have is that, like I said, I'm repeating myself, but if you're coming out of spawn, right, and you're 6 and 2 of your teammates dies, right, normally we'd be like, dude, there's no way we can win this, right? But Mercy can literally click Q, fly across the universe to the skybox, engage a fucking jet mechanism, res, in the air, and at that point, that's it. It's not only undone, you're at an advantage. You've just been rewarded for dying. It's not that you're not neutral anymore. You're not neutral at all. You actually gain an advantage out of dying. You've been rewarded for it. That's not okay.
Back to being instant, as a concession, they could remove her free flight, upping the risk and the reward. Some people have flat out suggested to reverse the entire change, making Mercy's kit the exact same as when the game first launched. All of these changes would require more testing and would result in some people being upset. But it's clear here that something is wrong, and I hope I've shed a little bit of light on how and why right now, it feels like it's Overwatch versus Mercy.
No, I think it's just you against your brain. But yeah, sure. That was it, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed the nice segment. We're gonna go back into games. I think I just lost brain cells. So I'm sorry for people that are watching the stream right now. I know I've affected you guys in a very, very negative way. I know everyone probably lost brain cells, and I deeply apologize for that. I knew in advance that you guys would lose brain cells, but I still showed you guys a video. And you guys are permanently and forever damaged from this. Thanks so much for listening.